Welcome to the channel, Gaming Army. In this video, I tackle a question that was asked of me a while back from someone who was struggling playing an assassin. And the question was this. 1. If you were given a free assassin, not one of the champions or the heroes, just a regular assassin, what would you do with it? So in this video, I'm going to tackle that exact question, and feel free to leave your comments down below on what you would do with a free mech. Now, I understand where the frustration plays into this that sparked the question, and that's because the Assassin is only a 40-ton mech. So it is better than the light mechs because you have the extra tonnage and options to play with, but yet as a medium mech, this doesn't stand on the same footing with, say, a 50-ton Hunchback. So, what do you do in a situation like that? For starters, we're going to choose an Assassin 27. And that's because there are only two Assassin chassis capable of ECM, and that is the 27 or the Dark Death. Well, since we're not allowed to have the Dark Death, I'm opting for the Assassin 27 for the ECM capability. The first match of two that we're watching is a domination match on Canyon Network, and I have to be honest, I have never been as grateful for that little rock on the corner at Delta 5 as I was on this drop. It provided me some excellent cover. Checking the bottom right hand corner of your screen, you're going to notice our build for this drop is 3 medium pulse lasers, 2 SRM4s, top speed 113.4 kph. My team manages to swing the Delta 5 corner, push into Charlie 4. There are some very stubborn units still in the Charlie 4 area, including this Annihilator. We're going to get some damage on him, and he's getting focused by my teammates. One of them picks up the kill. The big story here, however, is did you notice the LRMs streaking across the sky? That means something's on the backside of Delta 4. There go the LRMs again. There's at least one, if not two units back here. So this is where I'm going to employ my speed and the stealth of the ECM unit to get in behind them. And sure enough, there's an LRM unit and there is a stalker. And while he's not LRMs, he is a large laser sniper type build, and he doesn't seem to be paying much attention to us. So we are going to open up his back. Maybe we can get the kill here. I don't know, but we're going to keep working his back. At the very least, I want to push him off into a new position. And there he goes, leaving the LRM unit, which is a Kit Fox. Okay, but he's leaving him unprotected. So we're going to move in and get some shots. The stalker did not move off all the way as expected. That's okay. We're going to take this fight, and we're going to spin him around. I have a teammate coming in over the hill. Hopefully he takes him out. There's the cicada, and did he kill? Yes, there's the body. There's the proof that the stalker is down, and now we are going to move on. There's another group of enemies clustered at Delta 5 on the backside, including this Jester. Is open CT, and he's more interested in taking down UAVs, so maybe he won't pay attention to us as we move in and add damage to that open center torso. Unfortunately, my weapons fire has alerted his teammates, and they are starting to focus me. While I managed to get the kill on the catapult, I also managed to overheat myself, and that is going to cost me dearly. The good news is, we're at the end of this drop. My teammates are swarming this last pocket of resistance, and it looks like they are going to push us across the finish line, killing the last of the enemy mechs. I'm going to change things up for the next drop, but in this configuration, we end the game with 1 kill, 8 assists, 565 damage done. Moving on to our next drop, we're playing Domination again, this time on HPG Manifold, and with some critical changes done to our mech. Mostly it's centered around weapons loadout. Now don't get me wrong, the loadout from the first match is pretty typical, pretty standard, and very capable. The 3 medium pulse, 2 SRM4s is a very deadly knife fighting build, but for this build I've opted for something a little bit different. I've switched out weapons only, everything else remains the same, but now we're sporting 2 MRM-10s, 3 ER medium lasers. Now, those of you that are quick with calculating damage are wondering why on earth I did this change at all. I've only gone from a 34 alpha in the last build to a 35 alpha in this build. So if you pay attention to it, the most obvious answer is going to be range. And on the surface, that looks like exactly why I did this, but under the surface is the real story behind the change. Our surface story breaks down like this. In the last build, I needed to be at 233-ish meters and under to be able to maximize all of my weapons' fire potential. In this build, I can be out to 370 meters to maximize all of my weapons' damage potential, with the MRMs obviously able to engage clear out to 566 meters. I have greatly increased the range at which I can reach out and touch enemy units doing damage, but the real story here is the fact that I'm running support equipment, and that is in the form of ECM. ECM is there to keep me undetected and less seen on the battlefield while I do my work. The drawback is this: ECM, once you get under 120 meters to an enemy mech, that's where it triggers the low signal in the enemy cockpit. So our first build, remember, weapons had to be under 233 meters. That's cutting pretty close before you give up the fact that you're operating in their backs or backfields. This way, I've got a lot more room to play with the extra range before they may actually realize I'm there behind them and shooting them. If this revelation has helped you at all, make sure you click the like, subscribe button, turn on the notifications so you don't miss out on any more content like this, and it does help the channel grow to reach more pilots. So diving into the action on this drop that you've been watching, it goes something like this. I was happy to take on the Enforcer on the far right side of the board. That was until his friend, the Atlas, showed up. Then it got a little too spicy. I needed to relocate, and after running through the basement, we have found ourselves a Hunchback. It's an LRM build Hunchback, so he's not too scary up close. I have support from a teammate, so we are just going to pummel him with missiles and lasers and miss a shot or two, I guess. Okay, maybe I'll edit that out in post-editing. My teammate is laying down some good fire, and we are managing to take out the rest of him with a missile shot. I know there were some more missiles out this way. I've just got to be careful as to what it is and where it relocated to while I was distracted killing that Hunchback. There are enemy Delta 4 low, and there is something up on the wall, and it's shooting missiles. This we cannot have, because the units in Delta 4 then will lock on to my teammates that they're dueling with, allowing this missile unit to get free shots, and I'm going to dissuade him of that heavily. And we have an adder with dual LRM-20. Interesting, but we're in his back now. His LRMs have no power. We're just going to stay on top of him and chew through his back armor, getting the kill on him when along comes a Timberwolf with an open right torso. Now, I don't know right from left, obviously, because I'm shooting the wrong torso. Although now he's opened both torsos, which puts him in a bit of a pickle. I'm getting some support fire from a teammate. We managed to take that right torso. There goes the left torso, and a shutdown on my part. That shutdown was strategically planned to coincide with my teammate getting the kill on the enemy unit.
Target acquired.
You guys believe me, right? Anyway, we're going to get back into the fight now that we've started up again. There's one remaining enemy unit, and it's our Atlas friend from earlier, I believe. He's in the center fighting for his life. We're going to come around the corner and time our shot perfectly to get that final kill. So we end this game with 3 kills, 5 components destroyed, 731 damage done.